Hey guys, what's up? Today I'll be talking about the movie Legacy of Rage, and I'm gonna try my best to review every Brandon Lee movie because he did a few of them, but he also did Kung Fu the movie, which he was the son of Kwai Chan King. I can't even say the character's name, but it's David Carradine's character in the TV series. In the movie version, he has a son in the movie played by Brandon Lee. If I remember, it's been a long time I saw it, but it was a good movie. I like Kung Fu the movie, and I just found out he did a plot TV series. Brandon Lee for a it was a short plot, could have been a TV series, which was supposed to be Kung Fu the Next Generation, which was the true sequel to the TV series, but it never happened. And it's sad it never happened. I wish it did, but Brandon Lee also played one of the descendants of Kane character. So hopefully I'll be able to review that. Legacy of Rage, I don't have the DVD with me because I ordered the Malaysian version of it. And hopefully I'll get it here. But in the Malaysian countries, you probably get your DVD next month. So I decided to go on YouTube and some guy actually uploading parts. So I was able to see it. I also have the rest of the Brandon Lee movies, Rapid Fire, Laser Mission, Showdown Little Tokyo on DVD. We'll be talking about that in the next blog. And that's what I do when I see the poster, like I did my movie review video blog all the time, because I actually got the DVD in my hands. So, But let's get to the point. I remember seeing this movie a long time ago, and it's been like ages. I only saw this movie one time, to be honest with you. So it was good to refresh myself, And this movie I did enjoy it, If you expect like Shopsaki action, like non-stop and shit like that, well, don't expect that. It does have action moments in the movie, especially when you get towards the end, but it does have the drama talking part of the movie too. And I like the movie from beginning to end. I mean, it's like also Hong Kong cinema when it comes to that style, like Shao Yun. I mean, like Ronnie Yu, which I think he directed this movie. What's that guy's name? Movie that Shao Yun Fat will be in mostly. I forgot the guy that was directed his stuff. I think it was Ronnie Wu also. Well, anyway, let's get to the point. Legacy of Rage, you got the character played by Brandon Lee, which in the English dub version, they call him Brandon. I don't know if the Asian version called him by a different name. I'm not sure, but he go by his real name, Brandon, and he has a girlfriend. They're both like hard workers. You can just tell from how the storyline is, and they try to manage on what they got. He's planning on marrying his girlfriend next month. They also have a friend played by Michael Wong, which Michael Wong been in the martial arts movies for years, and everybody know about his acting career. He does great stuff, and he's still doing this then. I think he also had a TV series back in the days, if I remember. There was Vanishing Son had a TV movie, and then ended up having a TV series back in Channel 11 in New York, if I remember correctly. Been a while, guys. I'm old. I'm getting old, people. I'm getting senile too. Anyway, Michael Wong's character, like he's a drug dealer, he's trying to rise. He's going to rise to power when his father passed him the torch, pretty much. Just to fast forward the scene, Michael Wong's character is obsessed with Brandon Lee's girlfriend. Like he wanted her, but he can't because she's already taken by Brandon, her boyfriend. And you find out Brandon and Michael Wong's character, they were like best friends before he even met this girl. You have this flashback. How he tried to step up to her in a restaurant, like a diner, and he failed to talk to her. When Brandon comes to her, she likes him, and that's how they met. As the movie progressed, my Wong character, he can't get the girl, so he decided, what? There's also a story with Michael Wong's character and his father in the movie that he want to get rid of this guy. He called him Uncle. And how he's trying to like mess with their drug operation. So Michael Wong's kind of had this ideal that, hey, let's kill this guy. Meanwhile, he's gonna use his friend as a scapegoat, trying to set him up for the kill. And as the movie progressed, once Michael Wong's character, that scene when he ready to assassinate the uncle shot him while he's trying to escape. And Michael Wong's character was still alive. He was injured. He had a bulletproof vest, which you're going to find out. But when Uncle caught up with Michael Wong's character to stop him, you realize that the Uncle, he wasn't the enemy after all. He wasn't like a rival drug dealer. He was actually a drug enforcement agent you know. And then Brandon Lee was about to shoot the guy. He didn't believe he was a cop or nothing, because the only thing he was thinking about that, hey, you got your gun on my friend, like I'm gonna stop you. And then Michael Myers had one of his bodyguard shot the cop, and then Brandon Lee never shot the gun in the first place, and he never even pulled the trigger. So the cops started thinking that he shot the cop. They arrested him, put him away for 8 years. And while Brandon Lee's character Brandon was in jail for 8 years, he tries. There's scenes where he's fighting prison with other prisoners to protect his friends, and protect one of the prisoners. He met a new friend, which just the guy who was in jail for selling weapons. Pretty much you can see his life in prison. And as the movie progressed, you got his girlfriend, Brandon Lee's character, thinking that Michael, his friend, supposed to be Fred. I think he's taking care of his girl, but his friend wanted to take advantage of the girl, able to escape. And then she met up with this old man that always like to hit on the club, like to ask her out and stuff. And then the old man made an offer to her, said, you know what, why don't you stay with me so Michael won't mess with you? You have no choice. So he's gonna pretty much disrespect her. And so then he starts finding out from the club where he worked. His boss comes and visit him and tells him the story about that she went to Brazil with this guy that comes to the club, talking to her all the time. And he said she's gonna be safe with him. And also in the story, you find out that she has Brandon's child. So the old man, even though he knew that, the old man's like, you know what, he likes her anyway, he's gonna take her in, come with me anyway. And then she pretty much agreed to the terms, And once Brandon finds out the truth about Michael, that he set him up, he got mad. Like I said, he's trying to escape. He pretty much wants revenge, pretty much. And he stayed for 8 years, and then he finally comes out the prison, and he's working hard. I guess he didn't care about getting revenge on the guy. And at the time, and plus he knew his girl was at a better place, so I guess he didn't want to get involved with it. Later on, he sees Michael again at the gas station where he works at, and he doesn't want to deal with his shit. He said, pretty much fuck you, forget about the situation, because he doesn't exist to him no more. He found out that Michael knew where he's working at, so now he's working at the garbage landfill now, I guess. And then guess who comes by to visit him was his ex-girlfriend. She comes back to visit when she finds out he's released in prison, and she brought the son and the guy that took care of her. And he had to go back to work. She leaves pretty much. No, he leaves pretty much, and she went back to her car. While she was going back to the hotel, guess who to go to her room? Guess who appears in the hotel with a bunch of girls, and his bodyguard was Michael. And Michael found out that she was in the hotel too, and that's where Michael trying to get her back, the son, her man she's with now, and her run off to the hotel room. They tried to escape. Michael and his henchmen kidnapped Brandon's ex-girlfriend and the son, and pretty much killed the old man. When the old man that he was taking care of Brandon's girl, the old man, that's where he visits Brandon and told him the story that, hey, your girl been kidnapped, your son been kidnapped, and he just told him the story that, hey, pretty much I never touched your woman since she was with me. I took care of her like my own daughter. I'd be in my mind, excuse me, if I was an old man, I've had money like him, if I've been a hot chick with me, staying with me, hey, we're gonna have sex. Fuck it. I'm sorry. I know I'm nitpicking, I'm being a little personal, but let's be real. Come on. But that's what he told Brandon's character, Brandon, about the storyline. And then Michael's henchman shot the old man. So let me rephrase what I was by mistake. I actually told you he got shot in the club. My mistake. Excuse me. So while Brandon finds that out, the old man was dead because of the henchman. He goes to his friend from prison. He gets his weapons ready, and he told Michael, "I'm gonna collect. I'm gonna get you back." So he goes after Michael, shooting his henchmen, fighting them off. Him and his friend. His friend got injured. He goes to the final battle. He saw his woman. Pretty much, you can just tell that she was behind the bed with the clothes over her, naked. So you could tell Michael, disrespected her body and shot her, So when Michael saw that, he was sad. And then, when Brandon saw that, he was sad. And then Michael come out of nowhere and shot him. And then injury shot Brandon. And Brandon went into the side of the room. He saw his son tied up. So the son was alive. and then while Michael get into the closet, Brandon comes out and he's like pushing Michael. They're having shooting gunplay, like gunplay with his shoe, and then Brandon shot the gun at Michael, and Michael's dead. His friend comes over to console him, and then you see the ending when Brandon has a son, his friend, and they walk into like a beach and he told Brandon, like pretty much told Brandon, like he didn't told him, but pretty much, hey, he got a boat for Brandon and his son, and they pretty much sail off to the boat, him and his son. All in all, Legacy of Rage was very enjoyable. I really think this was a good movie in my opinion. It is Hong Kong cinema style. There is action moments. There is good drama moments. A lot of people want like non-stop action. Like I say, there are other movies for that, but I like the way this went, and I felt like it was great. And Legacy of Rage, this is a must-see, so go check it out. And this is my Brandon Lee marathon. I'll be working on some Brandon Lee movies to go in my Bruce Lee playlist and Brandon Lee playlist at the same time. And I think it was time for me to do this. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I hope I get to do the Kung Fu movie one with his guest spot in it, and Kung Fu The Next Generation, which you can find on YouTube, so that's pretty awesome. Peace, guys. See you later.